All right. All right. Welcome to another episode of Three Birds and a Punt. I am Afia. I am one of the co-hosts. I am joined by my friend Whip. Say hey, Whip.
Hey everybody, what up? Salutations.
All right. The name of our episode is episode 43. The picks are in, results pending. We have a great show for you tonight. We're missing one third of the three birds. John, hopefully he'll show up. If not, we and Whip are going to hold it down because we have a lot to talk about. A recap, a crazy weekend of sports, not only the NFL draft, but also the Sixers, JoJo's injury news, and like what are we going to do about that? Okay, so we look forward to talking in with all you Birds fans, tapping in with the Three Birds fans, and having a great show tonight. We're also happy to announce that we are partnered with AmazeMedia Labs to be the official Eagles podcast for the Pigskin Network. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Megaphone, or wherever you get your podcast. We're also on Twitter, on Instagram, scrolling down on the bottom at Three Birds and a Punt. Please download and subscribe. We really appreciate all the fan support we've been getting. We really do. All right, I really want to jump right into it. Okay. I want to start with the Sixers because I'd rather get to bad news before good news.
That's good.
Right? So I don't know where you were when you heard the JoJo news, but
I was watching it.
Oh, you was watching, right? I was watching the draft. Really, really excited because I think we had I don't know if I was excited because I think we had just picked up the center. And I was like, okay, they're falling back to basics, always back to basics. And then Sham just decided to completely rip out all Sixers fans by having like the worst tweet ever, which is out indefinitely, okay? Which is just the death knell to all Sixers fans' hopes and dreams. Out. JoJo is out indefinitely with a mild concussion and an orbital fracture to his right eye. And I don't even know. I'm still trying to process the news, and I'm having like all these hopes and dreams that, I'm going through the stages, the 5 stages of grief with this whole thing. So I'm still in denial. Okay, so I need you to help me. I need you to help me with this.
Yeah, well, definitely. First and foremost, what up, everybody? Good afternoon. Listen, before I even get into that, man, I want to say to the Toronto Raptors fans, y'all classy, yo. You understand me? Like, first y'all saying F and B, okay, he feeds off of that. But for when the man gets hurt, y'all stand up and clap. Then it's these two.
You heard them announcers, right? They was like, "Oh, he got what he deserved. That's what you get."
Listen, like their boss or whatever company they work for, the NBA, all that, they should look into that and have them guys suspended because that's wrong. Okay, but that just shows you how classy the Toronto Raptors fans are and their employees. So it is what it is.
Losers, a bunch of sore losers.
Y'all home sitting while this man got a Phantom of the Opera mask on, still playing.
Absolutely.
But anyways, let's get to it. I was flipping back and forth. And the part that I seen is when Joel did what he did and he was doing the airplanes, little thing, doing all that. Then that's when I seen Siakam do the most dirtiest move ever. I don't care if people say it wasn't intentional. I believe it was intentional.
Okay. I don't think he meant to hurt him as much as he did, but I do think he meant to make contact with his body.
Yeah, correct. All right, but that's why I said so. And Joel is so on point because when he was talking to the announcers, he was like, "I think he broke my face. I can feel it." And I was like, "Wow," But all in all, here's my thing. Am I worried? No. I'm not. And I know you're like, huh?
Yeah, you gotta talk me into that one.
I'm about to talk you into it. Here's the thing. This is going to make James Harden step his game up twice more because Embiid won't be there. And I honestly think now, because JoJo being down, you're going to see the emergence of Reed and Bussy. All right, because Doc Rivers said he's going to play both. So it's yes, it is a downgrade, but you know what? At least he's not out for the series. Okay, the whole series. So he might be out a game or two. If the Sixers can somehow pull off an upset in Miami, that's all we need. You know, I'm looking forward, and this may sound crazy, guys. I'm actually looking forward to Bassey than anybody else. I want to see this kid play on the big dance. This is where the big boys play, the NBA playoffs. I want to see how he get down. All right. Because now you're gonna get to see him and Paul Reed, the guy we've been asking for the most to back up Embiid. Now, no JoJo, but please, for God's sakes, don't put DeAndre Jordan out there. God, don't do it.
Ooh, wait a minute. That's a big ask for Doc Rivers, man. Notwithstanding, like I have a lot of thoughts. Like I hear what you're saying, and I like that thought of yours that James Harden needs to take over, and this is a prime opportunity. He loves Miami. He loves the being down there, and this is a prime opportunity for him to silence his critics, especially since the Nets are at home. Right? You don't have to worry about that. That's not a team you have to worry about. The Heat also have some injury concerns. I know Jimmy Butler is getting back into form, rounding out, so on and so forth. I'm in Miami. Okay, I looked at the tickets for the game. The tickets went before the game, before JoJo's injuries news, and after JoJo's injury news. It's crazy the difference in numbers. Okay, the nosebleeds ain't worth it, but but it's just letting you know that people are thinking that this is just going to be a rout, that the Sixers are not going to be able to put up a fight, that they're not going to be able to withstand what Miami can give them without our best player. Now, we're missing our best player. That's no doubt. We've heard that he doesn't need surgery. That's a positive. The last time he broke his face, if y'all remember, we was kind of in a similar time frame. It was right before the playoffs. We had a meeting with Miami. He was out 21 days and came back for game 3 with Miami, but he had surgery. They're saying he doesn't need surgery, but there's a concern that if he has to wear the face mask, it's still not necessarily adequate protection for his face.
No, it's not. But listen, knowing how competitive Joel Embiid is and watching this kid grow, in Philly, the dude is a competitor. I mean, for God's sakes, man, he was sitting there talking to announcers about the game and was saying that his face feels broke. He was still talking. He even said it. He was like, man, look, this is the playoffs. I mean, this is the type of things that happen. I'm looking at him like, what? Your face get broke? That's the type of things that happen?
Like, man, his face is broke. He has a torn ligament in his thumb. Okay,
dude,
and he's laying out. He is putting out his body on the line in order to bring the city of Philadelphia championship.
And that goes on my next statement. This is why the powers that be, or the nut ass media, needs to change their minds about the MVP. Because if this man is not the MVP, I don't know what TV screen you watching, what stat sheet you looking at. This man has a broke face, a torn ligament, bad knees, bad back. And like I just said, he was talking to announcers while his face was broke. Like, Joker probably would have been out the moment his damn hand was tore, like the torn ligament in his hand. Like, I don't understand what this man has to do to get the respect of these NBA so-called, gurus. I don't understand it. All I know is that, and even though I'm probably crazy for saying it, but I honestly believe without JoJo, the Eagles, I said the Eagles, I got the Eagles on my brain. The Sixers are going to steal a game in Miami. They just need one. If they can just steal one game in Miami and bring it back home, I think they're in good shape. They just got to play team-oriented ball. Just that simple. They beat them before without JoJo. And Harden, I believe, right? I think Harden wasn't playing.
I think so. We won, and so we've never, I think, faced Miami at full strength. So I think that's number one, right? So that kind of gives the indication that we don't necessarily know. But like you said, we have been able to beat them without having our stars playing. I think honestly, the big secret ingredient for me is going to be Maxey.
I was about to say that. I'm glad you said that
And
because I swore they beat them when they was at full strength with Jimmy playing. Maxie had 30 something points on them, right?
I don't know. I'm saying us. We haven't beat them at full strength.
Okay, yeah.
Us. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
but you know what? Now that I think about it, this is going to be a hell of a series because if they can beat them without Embiid and Harden, yeah, they can do it. They
It's
just they just
possible.
they just
It's
got still
they
one game.
have to be on. They have to be on.
Yes,
Like what I 100% need is for Maxey to be the Maxey he was in game one when he took over. He had 38 points in that last series against the Raptors. We had 38 points. We was letting him control the tempo and he was just taking it. I hope to see a faster pace with this game, knowing that we don't have the type of strength that we need on in the center, in the paint to kind of protect the rim like we had with JoJo. And I think it's an opportunity for like you say for James and Maxey to kind of really blossom. And that comes to my next critical point: Doc Rivers and his rotations. Okay, because we don't have necessarily the talent that we were expecting, because JoJo's hurt and we don't know when he's going to get back. Now it's even more important that coaching is at their next level. And I'm gonna just be real. I don't believe in Doc Rivers. The
I
way
don't
that
either.
he sells himself when he's talking to us, I don't know how he invigorates the team. I don't know how he gets the team ready for games, because all he does is make excuses. All he does is tell you about all the good things that he's done. And then he said, "Oh well, we got to take accountability." I've never
He don't know how
met
to
a
face
coach
the
like that.
music. He don't know how to face the music. Period. Point blank. See, he's the type of guy that can dish it out but can't take it. So his wall is to bash you before you can get at him. That's
Right.
just how he is. He don't want to hear the negative things he done and that he's doing. Listen, ain't nobody stupid here in the city of Philadelphia. That Sixers fans, period. They see it. Shit,
Right.
for God's sakes, he see it. He
Right.
just don't want to hear it. And it a coincidence that a couple of weeks ago he was up there talking about I don't want to hear the Paul Reed victory tour speech. Now Paul Reed is backing up Joel Embiid. You know what? Like I don't know the insides of what's going on down there, but I do know for a fact Daryl Morey is on Twitter and he tweets all the time and he sees the criticism that people such as myself, because I'm known for doing it, sending him tweets and telling him about how stubborn your coach is, and maybe it's something he need to work on. Then I guess after all the bitching and complaining that Sixer fans was doing, Paul Reed started playing. Hopefully it happens with Charles Bassey as well, because you're going to need him now. There's no way on God's beautiful earth that you putting in DeAndre Jordan in the playoff. If you do that, man, you might as well just chalk the season up like right now, because dude
Yep.
don't have nothing in him. When I
Yep.
say nothing, nothing.
Yep. Yep. 100%. You hear me with?
100%.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do not think this is not a game where you need to put the old guys in hopes that they're going to give you some type of experience.
Correct.
Play the new guys. You need energy, you need pace, you need excitement, you need oh my god, I can't believe he made that. We are reeling. The city is reeling from this JoJo news. You need something to capture our interest and our excitement. Playing the old guys who are slow, who are tired, who've already made their money. That's not the move. That's not it, and that's not what we need. If Doc Rivers cannot understand that he needs energy, and energy comes from the young guys who are excited and awestruck and want to play in their first playoff games, it's an energy that just takes over. I don't know if we're going to steal the game in Miami. And I really, really, really agree with you. We need to steal a game in Miami in order for us to get to a game 3, a game 4, maybe a game 5, and hopefully JoJo's back.
Yeah, that's all we need. I honestly believe that I think it's gonna go to a game 7. I really believe that, but we gotta still a game in Miami. We still a game in Miami. We our confidence to build. You know,
Yeah.
allow the young guys to play. Let Reed and Bassey get chemistry with each other. They're gonna have to, because if
Right.
JoJo out, like I said, you cannot start DJ in this series. Hell no.
Right.
Nope. He's going to get exploited. They're going to kill him. They're going to crack his ankles. They're going to do whatever they can because the old man can't do it no more. But as far as JoJo go, I believe the big guy's gonna be all right, man. It seemed like the Sixers got some good coaching staff, like health wise, down there to get him fixed up. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Good medical staff.
Right. I agree with you on that one. That we have a great medical staff. I'd like the hearing that there's no surgery needed for
Yeah,
JoJo, right? That's
correct.
great. That's great news. But to me, it it's just letting us know that once again we still, I think, need a better bench, because I'm not here to say, like, I know a lot of fans were upset that Doc had JoJo still in the game, up over 20 points with 4 minutes left. Like, what are you doing? I understand the thought process. Who would have thought that Sayakam, whatever the fuck his name is, would have did what he did? You can't predict that. But we need a better bench, because if we had a better bench, JoJo wouldn't need to be on the floor for that. You know
I
what I
agree.
mean? He was
Mm-hmm.
on the floor because we know that the second he leaves, there's a run, and Doc was trying to guard against hearing about the run to end
That's
the game.
exactly what that was. 100% accurate. That's exactly what that was. He didn't want to hear
Right,
it. He didn't want
right. He didn't want to hear it, and now JoJo's hurt.
Yeah, but guess what? And this is where, if you knew how to use your rotations and did it right, you could have put JoJo on the bench and let Bassey or Reed start, because they have chemistry. Because if they would have been playing, but Reed just started playing, you got to get the other guy opportunity to play, because for God's sakes, he was spazzing out in the G League. Both of
Right.
them was. So this is the time for both of them to shine. So because of it, we don't got JoJo in the opening, game. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Right. And I genuinely hope that we are able, to see something that's really, really beneficial. I want to be able to see the Eagles play and play well, and not only play well. The Eagles. I said the
You
Eagles.
said
Look
the
at me.
Eagles. Look, your
I
mind
know,
on
right?
the
You
Eagles
see,
too.
on the Eagles too. I
Yep.
want to see the Sixers play well. You know what I mean? I want to see the Sixers play well, but that only comes with the coach actually putting the players in the best positions to succeed. If the coach is not putting these players in the best position to succeed, they're not going to be able to show their best traits.
I agree 100%.
All right, now let's get into this ad break, okay? The NBA playoffs means next level basketball, okay? Get in on the first round of action with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. This week, new customers can bet $5 on any team to win and get $150 in free bets instantly. You win no matter what. All DraftKings Sportsbet customers can bet during the first round with the same game parlays. Combine multiple bets with the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Plus, place a same game parlay each day with 3 or more legs and get up to $25 in free bets back if one leg doesn't hit. All you need to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code TPPN. Bet $5 on any NBA team to win their game during the first round of the playoffs and get $150 in free bets instantly. That's promo code TPPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. That sounds like a great deal. Y'all should tap in on that.
I wish I could.
Right? Shoot. And especially now that we get to the big news of the night, let's jump into it. I've been really excited about talking to you about the Eagles draft. Okay.
Yes,
Last week we had a pod, and I predicted, didn't I, that Howie was going to make a great trade. That he's really good at trading. You was mad at me. I posted it on Twitter so everybody could see that Whit was not stealing me. I was like, well, listen, it's reverse psychology. If I'm nice to him,
about this,
right? You was not with it, but I was like, reverse psychology. If I'm nice to him, maybe he'll actually do what we need to do. And I think it paid off. What do you think?
You see my smile on my face, right?
Kind of.
All right, so put it like this. Listen. In the beginning of the draft, man, I was looking to grab Williams. That was my guy. I wanted to pair him up with Devontae Smith. And I'm like, all right, Eagles got to move up. So when they moved up from 15 to 13, I'm like, all right, what's going on? I'm like, all right, maybe this Williams guy going to follow us. And when what team took him again? The damn Lions. When the Lions took him, my jaw didn't drop like it usually would. You get what I'm saying? I was like, okay, we just got to go with the next best thing. And so when the Eagles picked up Jordan Davis, man, I was like, okay, I like that. He a big body guy that's going to clog that middle. Ain't going to be no running on him at all. And I was like, cool, I like that. I love that pickup. But then the news that got every Eagle fan is when Adam Schefter tweeted that the Philadelphia Eagles made a trade with the Tennessee Titans to the trade for A.J. Brown. I was like, what?
Yes.
Man, listen, when I tell you I went off, I ain't know my old bone still had it in me, yo. Like, I was jumping around. I did a flip. I'm like, damn, I'm doing flips and shit. I ain't do that since I was a kid. And I'm like, wow, they got A.J. Brown. But then, the excitement didn't go away because I'm like, all right, we got A.J. Brown. So that's him and Devontae Smith combined. Oh, my God, it's going to be terrible. But then when they went here and picked in the second round and got the center Cam Jurgens, I was like, oh, here we go. Typical Howie again. Typical Howie. But I was like, all right, you know what? We need a center. But why we had to get a center right now? What was the purpose of that? But then I seen a lot of people or a lot of teams was actually looking for Jurgens. So I understand. All right. So every Eagle fan was mad about the Jurgens pick. I'm pretty sure they were. You had some Eagle fans who understood the logic of why he did what he did. But, man, when they got Nakobe Dean, when I tell you, man, whoo, it was a wrap. I just didn't know what to do after that, man. I'm like, yo, this team is going to be dogs. And that's where I was at with it, man. Like, all in all, like, if I had to give the Eagles a draft pick, not a draft pick, but if I had to give them a draft grade, I would give them an A+, and I ain't even BSing you. All right, so we are having technical difficulties, guys. It's me by myself right now. And we're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles draft picks yesterday and just the all in all of it. Like, Howie Roseman really, really, really surprised me and probably millions of other Eagle fans. He did a great job with the draft. I've been doubting this man for years. And I'm just like blown away from it. I'm completely blown away from it. So, great draft. A+ in my opinion. And yeah. So, guys, like I was saying, we having technical difficulties. So if you're checking us out right now, just give us a few seconds or so, a few minutes, and we're going to get this right, all right? So you guys stay right there.
I'm no. I'm back. I'm back. Come back. I can't come back. I got literally kicked off the whole show. No, it just restarted. I just got us back on. All right. All right, Three Birds fans. Sorry about some of these technical difficulties. As always, when you're dealing with the internet, sometimes you're dealing with the internet, and sometimes the internet is dealing with you. We apologize for some of these technical difficulties, and we will let you know that we will be up and running momentarily. All our everybody's back up, and we're good to go.
All right, real quick, I apologize, guys, because I know last time I was talking and everything, everybody had them technical difficulties from time to time. But we back up.
Absolutely. We back up. Especially now because I want to talk about this damn draft. Yeah, so let me let you finish with so I can get my 2 cents in.
What I was saying is I give the Eagles a A+ for this draft, like all across the board. Like it was insane. And to end things off, the end all be all to it is all the undrafted free agents is on point.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about that. But I really do want to stick to, before we get into the undrafted free agent class, which I agree with you is a great class. I want to talk about this draft because like we all as Eagles fans know, we don't have a lot of faith in Howie when it comes to draft day. We rightfully so. Like, we're not going to sit here and say that we've been hating on him for nothing. We've had reasons to be upset with the way that he picks players, but I have been really encouraged by these last 2 drafts. I feel like these last 2 drafts have been really way more board dictated than preference dictated. And I think that that's a better way to build a team. I know what you would prefer. I know the coach prefers this guy, and the owner prefers this guy, and the scout prefers this guy. But I want what the board dictates, because that's the work that you have put in over a whole year to get to this point. Sure. I don't want preferences showing up at the last minute and the last second. I want what the board has dictated. I want what the work has dictated. And I do think that's what ended up happening, with this draft. I want to start with the first pick, Jordan Davis. Okay. Eagles fans will know I don't necessarily I'm a casual consumer of draft prospects because I don't have time to watch all these college games. But I my go-to person when it comes to draft prospects has been Solak. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Y'all know him.
Same viewer.
He writes for The Ringer. He writes for all these greats, and he's a great follower if you want to know what's going on with draft process and Eagles related. And he was above all over himself over the Jordan Davis pick. He was like, generation pick. I was like, bet. I'm sold on Jordan Davis because people I trust are sold on Jordan Davis. I know he's raw. I know in the interim, he's probably more of a run stopper than a pass rusher. But I do think we have a great team that can really develop his skills well. And that's the biggest thing. The one thing we need is somebody who can collapse the pocket in so that the quarterback cannot step up into his throws. Make Correct. The pocket as uncomfortable as possible. I think we got a player for that. That A.J. Brown trade? Well, now Howie went and massaged everyone's issues with him with the wide receiver with that A.J. Brown.
He did.
Okay, because we was on his neck about these damn wide receivers now.
Yeah. I mean, can you blame him? Can you blame the Eagles?
No, of course not. Rightfully so. We should have been on his neck. The wide receiver room was ridiculous. And I don't think that the idea that we was going to go back with the same group and think that it was going to be somehow better just because we added Zach Pascal and that other guy from the Penn Relay race, the something Allen was ludicrous. Yeah.
He's a little motherfucker too. I was
He's
watching.
Fast. That's great, but can he catch? Nah. Can he run routes? I don't care how fast.
He ain't making this.
Like honestly, I don't care how fast you are. The NFL, today's NFL, can you run routes?
Correct.
Can you run a route tree? A great that you can get, you could do a 40-yard dash and 4.3, 4.4, whatever. I don't care. Can you run a route tree?
That
We're
that
gonna
kid ain't.
see.
That's
We're gonna see.
that's a Kent body.
Right, right. So to me, getting AJ Brown is the like we haven't had a big X receiver since on his caliber since what's his name? Alshon Jeffries.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would argue that he's better than Alshon Jeffries. Okay.
Who,
He's
AJ?
younger. Yeah, AJ Brown. He's
Yeah.
younger. He's
Yeah.
had more. He's got
Hell
more
yeah.
touchdowns. He's got more yards per season at the rate like where he was, where Alshon Jeffrey was at the same time. And
No, he's better, but the only thing Alshon got on him is that beautiful ring, baby.
yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But AJ Brown is used to playing with talently limited quarterbacks. And
Oh,
so
indeed.
he is Jalen Hurts' best friend.
Yep.
I think that's great because that means that we don't have to wait for chemistry to build. They work out together, they throw together. He knows his tendencies. I think that's a great match, and it's encouraging because it does seem like the Eagles are trying their best to give Jalen as much of an opportunity as possible to win.
Shit, ain't no more trying to, but they did give him everything. Listen, that man has every weapon known to man on his team now. Okay, all the wide receiver position checked. Tight end got it by himself. Check.
I'm not going to agree with you on that one, but okay.
Well, I'm not a Miles Sanders fan. I never will be. I don't.
Interesting. You're not a Booby fan?
Hell no, man.
Not anymore? No. I remember when you was a Booby fan. Don't make me pull the receipts on Booby.
You might have to because
I will.
Yeah, I was more
of
a Jordan Howard fan, if I can recall.
I remember.
Yeah, like I don't have nothing against the guy, but I just think he's overrated. The dude stay hurt all the time, in my opinion, and he's a fumbling machine. And I'm just not a Booby guy. I hope that they did address another running back in the draft, but not in the draft, but as a undrafted free agent. But that's either here or there. I think Jalen Hurts now. This is the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Howie Roseman put all his cards on the table and was like, "Yo, I'm going all in." Guess what? You wanted to be the QB1. You got your number changed to 1. This is it. Yeah. I gave you the weapons you got. I got both of your best friends with you as wide receivers, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. They both tight with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you still got Quez Watkins, and you just picked up Zach Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You have weapons. Lots. You still got Boston Scott on this team.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what's the other running back name? Fletcher Cox's cousin.
Oh, Corey Gaines or something like that?
Gainwell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you got weapons. The O line.
Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah, the O line is intact. Come on, dog. It's time. There's no more excuses.
Now let me you hit on that one. The O line is intact. Now, more so than this idea that because to me, I agree with you. Our passing options, our skill positions weren't the best on offense last year, but they weren't the worst. Mm-hmm. I do think that because of Jalen's passing limitations, he really just had 2 good options, and everybody else you had to pick your poison. And I think this is way more options this time. But the best thing about what's going on is that we have arguably the best line in the NFL. If you go left to right, right to left, I don't think you can really see a distinguishable weakness along that line. You've got Jordan Mailata, who's going to be the left tackle for the next 10 years. You've got Landon Jesperson, who has been just revelationary as a left guard. Okay, you have the best center in the game in Jason Kelce, and apparently he has anointed his heir apparent in this Cam Jurgensen pick. So we really have something going on over there. At that right guard position, which maybe might be the weakest spot on the link because BB retired. Isaac Simahu can play both sides, but he's a little bit injury prone. Nate Herberg, I've been hearing things like maybe he's in the doghouse. They're not as high on him as they used to be. And then that just leaves Jack Driscoll. But I thought Jack Driscoll did very, very well. So I think a competition for that right guard spot will be really, really good for the team. And then obviously we have a stalwart in Lane Johnson. I can't say enough good things about Lane Johnson and how well he has played and how important he is for our team. So
and that's what I'm saying. It's like there's no more excuses. Right. Like you can't come on there no more, and saying, well, he didn't have this and had that. There's no more. This man just paid this man $100 million for 4 years. Absolutely. It's time, bro. Like, it is time right now to go get your second Lombardi for this city.
Absolutely. I was a little annoyed that we ended up with only 5 picks because we had 10. We had 10 and we ended up with 5. And I thought, to me, I'm always wary when we have 5 because that puts a microscope on those 5 to be performative extremely, right away. Otherwise, we're going to start, calling on, hey, these picks aren't good, these picks aren't in. That's the name of the show. The picks are in, results are pending. Most time with drafts, we won't know the outcome as if it was successful or not successful until 2 or 3 seasons along the way.
Well, or unless they starters.
Right, unless they're starting right away. But I do think the process was sound this draft, and that's what I like. At the end of the day, we don't know. Picks happen, injuries happen, life happens, so on and so forth. But when the process is sound, when you can say they went best player available, when you say they let the board dictate what they chose, I can live with that. I can live with a process that is utilizing the thing that you said you was going to use at the beginning. What I don't like is when the Eagles are going through their process and then decide to deviate from their process because they see somebody that they thought would be there and it wasn't there that they didn't think would be there. Prime example is when we went with JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Prime example, is when we went with the Jalen Hurts pick. It was a bad process pick. I don't care of all the things that has come out now. That doesn't change the fact that getting a quarterback in the second round that you knew was going to just be a backup, that you hope would never play a meaningful snap, was a bad decision. Second round picks play. Period. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when I saw them go pick up Cam Jurgen, I was a little upset at first.
Yeah, me too.
Because I was hoping for a little bit more of an impact player, more of a skill position player. But I calmed myself down, and I didn't calm myself down because of Jason Kelce. I love Jason Kelce. I love what he had to say about Cam Jurgen. Honestly, if the Eagles had to bring somebody out there to kind of soften the blow of these picks, Jason Kelce is the best person to bring out there. He's got a lot of goodwill built up in this city. He could sell us on anything. What calmed me down about the pick was understanding that at the end of the day, the Eagles are going to build along the lines. That's just how our team is built. If you want to be a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles, you have to understand that if the draft is going on and they see a top-rated offensive lineman and a top-rated skill player, they're going to go offensive lineman.
Oh, they're going O-line all day.
All day. And that's what bore out because they had Nakobe Dean there and they had Cam Jurgensen there. And they said, oh, my God, Nakobe Dean, he's amazing. But we got to go the line. And luckily so, we were great. It was great that we went their way because we still ended up getting Dean in the third round. That's amazing. That's awesome. But hey, that's the way the team is built. If you want to be a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles, you got to know we're building on the lines. Our first pick, D tackle. Our second pick, center. Okay. Our third pick, finally a skill position player.
Let's talk about that for 1 second, real quick.
Yeah.
I want you to say that one more time. Say You said finally a skill position player. That's like joy to my ears to hear. Mm-hmm. Okay, shout out to Gio the podcaster, man, because if it wasn't for that kid, okay, Howie Roseman probably wouldn't have did this because he had straight up eye-to-eye contact with this man, and he got to take pictures with him and the coach. And he said, what was the words he say? For the love of God, or something like that. Draft the linebacker. And not only did he draft the linebacker, he drafted, in my opinion, the best linebacker in this draft.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't think nobody understands what the Philadelphia Eagles has done from Thursday up to yesterday. Like, this is by far the best draft that Howie Roseman has ever done.
Golf clap
That-
for Howie Roseman.
I agree. Like he has, like in his lifetime as a Philadelphia Eagles.
20 years worth of the organization. I don't think I've ever
so now
liked the draft more.
And I know that they say everything looked good on paper, and that's true. It do, because I mean, we ain't gonna talk about the dream team that this team had. All right.
Okay. So why you gotta bring that name up, bro?
Yeah, because
why you gotta bring up bad shit?
Look, hey, you know I'm the Scrooge, man. I gotta keep
see that Negadelphia couldn't be too happy for long.
Yeah, but I'm here to tell you, if Howie Roseman go out and sign one particular player that you know who I'm talking about, and if he comes here,
Badger.
Right, it start with an H and end with a B. If that man happens to come here and sign a dotted line to be with the Eagles, I am telling you right now, mark my words, and this is not just me being hype and being a biased fan and none of that shit. The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
Damn, you heard it here first, Brooks. You heard it.
I'm not even joking.
First.
I'm telling you now, if that man comes here, all right, because free agency about to kick off once again.
Yes. And now we don't. Now whatever we sign won't count against our comp picks.
Correct. And Howie is masterful at this.
Yes.
If they sign a Honey Badger tomorrow and happen to still get a quality DE and possibly another corner, whew, I can't tell you. I'm going to need September to get here like 911.
Oh yeah. I agree with you absolutely. I'm definitely excited about the idea that we might get HB. Because I definitely think that will just completely and utterly solidify having Anthony Harris on one end and having Honey Badger on the other. That's a great. And I think what I've been hearing too is schematically you can see the defense changing a little.
Hell yeah!
Right? We're no longer with this Jim Shorts, this sort of like having 3-4 deep on the line and then just figuring it all out with a bunch of depth players at the back end.
He played the wide 9 defense.
Right. I think now we're kind of transitioning to a little bit more of I've been hearing things of like a 5-1 where you really need that hybrid linebacker quasi safety that can really come in and really be like that general impactful guy, you know?
But think about this. See, you see how excited I just got when you said hybrid linebacker? You don't hear that in the city of Philadelphia.
No.
You don't. So here's the cherry on top to this. Not only do you got N'Kobe Dean, okay? What's the cat name? Kaiser White.
Kaiser White, yeah.
And we don't know if Hassan Reddick is going to play linebacker or edge rusher. And from what I'm understanding, he's going to play linebacker.
Yes, that's funny. I've been hearing he's going to play edge rusher. Don't forget, we have TJ Edwards now. That TJ Edwards is a thumper.
He is, but who's to say that they don't use Hassan Reddick like Cowboys did to Parsons? Maybe so.
Or N'Kobe Dean.
Yeah, or the new guy they just got. What's his name? Kyron
Johnson. Yeah, yes. But he's more of a gadget DN pure.
Yeah, but he gets after you.
Yeah, on passing down.
I'm here to tell you right now, offensive linemen that's going to face this defense are going to have a long day at work.
Oh yeah. It's no more. They're gonna just be able. They're just gonna be able to circle Fletcher Cox and be like, "Look, if we take out 91, we're good." That's not gonna happen. You take out 91, 90's on the other side.
Yeah, that's
over. Javon Hargrave now. Now you got a nice Brandon Graham right down is pretty much timeless. Okay, I don't care about Derek Barnett. We get somebody else on the other end of Brandon Graham. Maybe we get Hassan, like somebody. I don't care who on that other end.
On our podcast right now, he probably like, screw you, Ophia.
All right then, sack some fucking people. How about that?
But I'm getting penalties, right?
Money. Yeah,
but I'm getting penalties.
Right, you got more penalties than sacks, my guy, career wise.
Yeah.
Let's talk
And
about that.
let's not forget about Mr. Sweat on the line too. He just got paid.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Mr. Sweat. So yeah, Sweat and Graham. That works. That works. And then you have in the middle, you've got Hargrave, you've got Cox, and then backing up,
Jordan Davis
you got Jordan Davis and Milton
and
and
what's his name? Milton
Milton.
Williams.
Milton or William Milton's whatever the fuck his name is. He's back there too. Now that's a defense I'd like to see.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you are going to have a very hard day at work.
Yes, I definitely think so. And if we can really honestly just solidify that left, because is it the left or the right side of the secondary? I can't, because Slay, I'm not sure if he goes left or right.
I think it's the right side of
the right side.
I think it's the right.
If we could just, because all we're missing is a solid second safety and a solid second corner. That's it.
Well, we're gonna see, because tomorrow is the day that Howie may strike. Shit, he may strike today.
Right.
He might already have a plan in place or a deal done and won't announce it until tomorrow. We have no idea. But one thing I can assure you is that Howie Roseman didn't draft a cornerback for a reason or a safety for a reason. It's a reason why he didn't do that.
Right. Well, let's get into it. Let's finish off this discussion again. I can't even believe, first of all, after last week, I didn't think I'd have a conversation where we're actually congratulating Howie on a job well done, because you was not with it. You was not with me over
there. And to be honest with you, I had tweeted out yesterday that I can't believe I'm saying it. I said I'm sorry to that man.
No, you didn't. I gotta find that tweet.
Yeah, it's up, and I know you're gonna retweet it, and I know you're gonna have fun with it. But I
am
sorry, but I can't be whipped if I don't say this. It's only for now.
Exactly. Like let's. I think that's the most key point right there. Right.
Yeah.
Is that nobody here is like stagnant. We're dynamic people. If Howie does well, I will congratulate him on a job well done. When Howie doesn't do well, I'm gonna be on his neck. Okay, that he did not do well, and that's how it is. I'm not a homer. I'm not an apologist. I'm a realist. You do well, I say you do well. You do poor, I say I need you to do better. I recognize the reality of the game. Howie Roseman isn't going anywhere. But that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve constructive criticism. And that's where I think some fans get it twisted. They be like, well, when you're trying to constructively criticize him, oh, well, you're just a hater, you da-da-da-da-da-da. And then when you congratulate him, oh, you're nothing but a stan and a homer. It's like, no.
You know how many people I ran across about them? Like, I ran across so many of those, man.
Right. And it's like, you have to stop having these preformed notions and just stick it to them. It's not binary. Howie's not bad and Howie's not good. He's complicated. He's human. He makes mistakes. It is that's life. Unfortunately, as much as I would have liked to see what new people could do with the Eagles organization, that's not the reality of the situation. So I just have to hope that he can learn from his mistakes, continue to learn from mistakes, and hopefully bring us back another championship. Hopefully not within 20 years, because he's been with the organization 20 years and only has one.
All I know is that this draft class that he assembled with the roster that he has now, there are no more excuses.
You know, that's so interesting, because what I'm kind of hearing you saying is that the timeline has somewhat accelerated. Like he's exceeded your expectations this draft. So now the timeline, because really we're thinking this team can contend in 2 to 3 seasons. You're saying this team should be contending this season.
This season, yes. Okay. This season. Because here's the thing. He sold us that bullshit saying that, we're going to, contend 2-3 years down the line. You don't go trade for an A.J. Brown type of wide receiver if you're trying to contend down the line. Hell no. Nah. You don't put him and Devontae Smith together. Hell no. You don't go out here and go draft the best draft class you ever had in the last 20 years. Hell no. No. Then you don't go sign Hassan Reddick and Kaiser White and bring them here, both linebackers. Something that he lacked for 20 years. Nah. I'm not trying to hear that shit, Howie. I know what you're up to, bro. You trying to go back and repeat that performance of 2017, and it's not over, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely,
it's not over, because if he grabbed the Honey Badger, look for him to go grab a veteran corner, because keep in mind, a lot of teams got to cut some of these veteran players soon. So he gonna bring in a veteran corner. He gonna get the Honey Badger, and he gonna grab a bigger back. It's your ass, the NFL.
Absolutely. I think, you know what I think? I think Howie is looking at the way that the landscape of the NFC has changed, right? All the quarterbacks have run to the AFC. The AFC is a dogfight. It's going to be a slog. He is 100% looking at the NFC and is like, listen, I know bare minimum we're a playoff contending team, but I don't want to just make the playoffs. I want to be in the top 2 seeds of the playoffs. And that is something that's doable because the NFC is wide open. The only quarterback that really we have on the NFC side that you could say is like top tier is Aaron Rodgers. That's it.
Aaron Rodgers. That's it.
That's it. Nobody else.
Tom Brady as well for now.
Okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, because you still got Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
You're right.
That's right.
But like you said, the AFC is stacked.
They got Mahomes, they got Allen, they got Lamar, they've got Burrow, they've got Josh. I already mentioned Josh Allen.
Yeah, what's the guy name from
the Cardinals? What the fuck? Oh no, that's NFC.
What's the guy name from damn.
Did the Denver Broncos are the Denver Broncos the AFC or the NFC?
AFC.
They got the Denver Broncos. You got Russell Wilson now.
What's the guy name that came in Philly and tore our dumbasses up, man? He a rookie. Tall guy. He got a big arm. Oh man, what's his name?
I know what you're talking about. You talk about the guy out in the Chargers.
Correct.
Justin Herbert.
Yo, listen.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you right now. Let me tell you something. Football wise, if Howie Roseman is looking at this from a football mind, I commend him.
Yeah,
because he's smart. If that's the case, because like you said, he's watching how strong the AFC got, and they're going to destroy each other.
Yeah.
Okay. If the Eagles can build a team in the NFC East, he's clearly trying to make a team to be the best in the NFC East.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely think arguably he has done that. I think the only true question we have, and we're talking division-wise, the only true question we have is at the quarterback position. And even then, I'd say he's top 2. Jalen Hurts is one of the best 2 quarterbacks in the NFC East division. Okay. Yeah. And the only person I would say arguably would maybe be on top of him is Dak. And that's only because Dak has more playoff wins. Like that's really the only thing that
in the East, but if you're talking about the
no. I just said the NFC East, just in our division, in our division, not the entire NFC. No.
Yeah, I agree.
In our division. Our division is easily winnable because we have one of the 2 best quarterbacks in that division, and the NFC in total is winnable, except for we have a question mark at the QB position.
I agree. Look, it's real when the Washington Commanders sat there and even said on their account that the Eagles won this draft.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, word. They recognize real, and we as Eagle fans appreciate that. So.
Absolutely, we keep it a bean. And so, all right, let's finish off with now this undrafted free agent class.
Yes.
Like we said, we mentioned that the only area that is really needing some more depth, some more solidifications on that right side of the defense. And we brought in a lot of undrafted free agents that are corners because they're seeing an opportunity on that side to go in and compete. I think we brought in a running back that I've heard really good things about. Low-key, high-key, we brought in Carson Strong, a quarterback out of Nevada, who people are saying is one of the best quarterbacks in the draft, if not for his injury history. Interesting.
And they say that his arm is humongous.
Exactly. So I know they brought him in for just depth, backup camp arm, stash him on the practice field, and see what happens. But it'll be very, very interesting to see. Let's just say, for example, we get out to training camp and his bombs and Jalen's bombs are just dramatically different. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be one of those things. Like, you know how Philly media is. If Carson Strong comes and he's a better thrower than Jalen Hurts, it'd just be very interesting. It's just gonna be a very interesting summer. Interesting summer.
And I know you of all people would love that conversation, won't you?
I don't know if I would love that conversation, but I definitely can see it happening, and I can't wait. I'm anticipating it. I'm not even gonna hold you because I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, my 2 cents is I don't think the Eagles are. Everybody knows. If you follow me, you know that I think that the Eagles don't think that Jalen can be a franchise. Like, Jalen has the intangibles to be a franchise level quarterback. He doesn't have the talent to be a franchise level quarterback.
But you know what though? Here's the thing. I think Howie and them would challenge that notion.
Maybe
because they wouldn't put all these weapons
That's
around.
not true.
Man.
That's not true. That's not true.
Tell me why it's not true. Tell me.
Because look at what we have going on for next year's draft. They deliberately traded and I told everybody this. I said, if Howie goes and trades his first round picks for more picks in the next round when it's supposed to be a much stronger QB, look at the way everybody thought about the QB class this draft. Look how far a lot of these QBs dropped. No QBs were picked. Only one QB was picked up in the first round, Kenny Pickett. No QBs were picked up in the second or the third round, right? And it was only until the fourth, fifth round that other QBs got picked up. That tells you everything you need to know. They took the Saints pick because they know the Saints are going to be bad. Look at the Saints' draft. They went defense. They didn't address anything that's going to make them, I think, contenders this season. And we have their first round draft pick. I think Howie's looking at this situation and he's looking at, I need to build a team for a quarterback, period. If Jalen Hurts can keep the role of QB1, great, fantastic, amazing. But if he can't, I am uniquely set up to get one of the best quarterbacks in next year's draft. And we're sliding him in on a rookie salary where we've had great deals with all these other ascending players. The cap is moving up, and he's in an excellent spot to be in that playoff window for the next 5 years of that rookie contract. And I 100% think that that's what they're thinking. If Jalen doesn't work out, and it's a big if at this point,
and
right?
That's a hell of a big if. But you know what? I look at it from that way, from that perspective. You may be right, but we're gonna see.
We're gonna see. I just think it was interesting that they got Carson Strong. I thought it was interesting he came to us because I think he recognizes that there's an opportunity there. Like, at the end of the day, listen, if Jalen doesn't do well, Jalen's gone, Carson's staying, and we're drafting another QB.
Yeah, and speaking of undrafted free agents, they picked up Mario Goodrich and Josh what's his name? Josh Joby. They listen. I'm surprised that they was not even drafted. Both of them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if something happened with them because they was both supposed to be drafted, and how we got them. All right. This is why I said, man, this draft, hands down, even with the undrafted free agent pickups, is an A+.
Yeah.
I am confident that if the Eagles don't sign a veteran cornerback, but we all know that they will, but one of these two guys that I just mentioned will be a starter cornerback on this team.
Absolutely.
Right? One of them is. So, yeah, he did hella good, man. And like I said, oh my God! Congratulations, Howie Roseman.
Great draft. I really do think that you finally have learned to listen to the board, and I just hope that the Brandon Gowan or whatever BLG had this great tweet that I retweeted out the other day, and he was like, when Howie's humble, he does great. When Howie gets a big head and he starts, drinking his own Kool-Aid, that's when
I call it the Howie.
Yeah, the hubris get too much for him. Yep. So when he's humble, when he can kind of just put his head down and just work hard, he's great. When he's not, he's not. All right, now that has been another episode of Three Birds and a Punt. Please make sure you subscribe and download to the podcast. We're streaming on Apple, Spotify, Megaphone, or wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at Three Birds and a Punt. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Three Birds and a Punt. As always, my name is Afia, and you can find me at According to Afia. Let them know where they can find you at, Whip.
You can find me at PaintGuy2K_.
All right. And that has been another episode of Three Birds and a Punt. Thank you all. Have a great night. Go Birds.
Go Birds.